All right. So, back with another video. Let's just do some explaining here. I did some digging in my old photos, and I realized that in my old photos, the most success that I had was brought to me by the 789 engineering liquidity slash displacement. I realized that the 789 is what puts the market in position to really have a fair chance that is clean before the noise. So what I realized was, let me just grab my little finger here. So what I realized was, looking back on my old notes, 789, 7, 8, and 9 are all displacement. And in my photos, I broke it up into increments of 30 minutes. So 7, 7:30, 8, 8:30, 9, 9:30. And within that range, or that area, I'll say area, within that area of engineering liquidity, it kind of brought to my attention how slow, honest it could be pre-market before the market actually opens. Now, I'm not saying every day is going to look clean like this example, but I realized that 7:30 is the appropriate time, letting price get the information and let me see where we're going based off of where we are at around 7:30. And then when 8 to 8:30 shows up, it usually looks pretty clean, and it still is in this case here. So I want to say, like, we have our order block here, okay? Our one on the 5 minute, and we have one here. It probably disappeared too. Right here, 5 minute, 3 candles before a run, and we have an order block. So with that being said, going on the 1 minute, we have a very good chance that price can reject this area if it's true as in our bias. I was looking for sales anyway after I seen 789. It was only the matter of 9:30 and 10 a.m. that it would follow through. So what I'm starting to see is 789 can put me in a position where I can feel more safer in a trade, and it's cleaner, and it looks like there's a better chance price won't come back to it, or at least not until maybe lunchtime or 10 a.m. So from that time to when it's actually active, I have a fair chance to leave the table with profits. So what I traded today was actually I think it took 2 trades. I took 2 trades. I realized that after the first day for value gap, I wanted to see if price is gonna keep rejecting the opening gaps in initial sell side liquidity and initial buy side liquidity, and it did. I wrote the circle here as a point of interest where price can come up to and reject. So it did come up here, not only once, twice, and a third and fourth time, but I would rather want clean price action to really just follow down. But it's still a good trade overall, and I did take what was available to me, and I left profitable based off of my performance, which is following my rules, which is pretty good. It's really good. Now, with price still following through, targeting sell side liquidity, it was only in our best interest that we stick to looking at higher time frame liquidity points as TPs, or maybe point of interest for maybe reversals in this case. On the 15, we hit 3 liquidity points in a volume imbalance. I have no idea where it went afterwards to target. It probably wanted to target this guy. Oops, put that back. And drag him over. It probably finally gave up and said, hey, that's a lot of liquidity. We already have enough for the afternoon leading into lunch. I think it's time we start retracing a little bit, because the market structure has to create, if it's bearish, lower low or high into lower low, or if it's gonna change into a bullish market structure, it needs to change a character somewhere. So not going to go too deep into it to make it more complicated, but this is exactly what we should be looking for, is market structure fitting in with lower time frame, and lower time frame making up the idea of where we're going to go, so it can lead into higher time frame. Now, I didn't even really look at the daily far as that much, but it looks like all-time highs was left, and we'll eventually be we're probably going to be taking a stroll on the downside until we hit like a certain area and then start moving up again, because we do have a new week opening out that is above, and it's not Friday yet, but possible chance for TGIF, and we'll just leave it at that for now. But overall today's trade was pretty good. Took my trades, followed through with my plan, stayed honest, and just walked away with profits. Gonna leave it at that. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll keep being consistent with each other.